Diana was very close to her two sons, and despite facing many problems in her life, she gave her undevoted love to Harry and William. After she was killed in a shocking car crash in 1997, the princes were very much in the public eye and almost did not have the time to process their tragedy. Harry has previously told of how he bottled up his grief for nearly 2 decades after her death and only revealed in 2017 he was still struggling to come to terms with the loss. According to 2018 documentary The Story of the Royals, Diana's early departure contributed to the Duke of Sussex developing a rebellious reputation in his youth. He was infamously pictured dressed as a Nazi in 2005, and in 2012, he was photographed naked in a Las Vegas hotel after a game of strip billiards. Royal correspondent Chris Connolly said, "He did a lot of stuff that was really not cool, not for a royal, not for anybody, but he was in pain. He was in a kind of unacknowledged pain. People were so worried about how upset he got when he thought about his mother that they said, 'Don't think about your mother.' That's not an unwell-meaning thing to say to a child, but that pain manifests itself in their ways. Tuck that away." The former press secretary to Prince Charles, Colleen Harris, added that as a member of the household at the time, she feels even worse that she did not recognize there were other issues at play as well. During Bryony Gordon's podcast in 2017, Harry himself claimed Diana dying when he was young had had a quite serious effect on both his personal and public life. She said, "It was a very difficult sort time." He said, "I can safely say that losing my mom at the age of 12 and therefore shutting down all of my emotions for the last 20 years has had a quite serious effect on not only my personal life but also my work as well. And it was only 3 years ago, funny enough, from the support around and my brother and other people saying you really need to deal with this. It's not normal to think that nothing has affected you." In the long run, Prince William, who is 3 years older than Harry, coped better with the loss, although at the time he said he felt very angry and found it very difficult to talk about his mother's death. His job may have helped him deal with his emotions, as for much of his working life he has been called to the aftermath of traumatic incidents as an RAF search and rescue helicopter pilot or an air ambulance flyer. Crews are likely to have been encouraged to debrief and talk about their experiences and feelings as a way of coping with the things they have seen. The Duke told Tony Blair's former spin doctor Alistair Campbell in a GQ interview, "The closest he got to mental health issues was the trauma I suffered when I lost my mother." He went on to say, "I still haven't necessarily dealt with that grief as well as I could have done over the years, but had talked to family, friends and those around him he could trust." Unlike brother Harry, who has admitted to seeing a shrink, William said, "On grief, I find talking about my mother and keeping her memory alive very important. I find it therapeutic to talk about her and to talk about how I feel."